disfigure or endanger life. And the OPP are reminding drivers to slow down and take care after a blast of winter weather. Toronto and the GTA is expected to receive up to 10 centimeters of snow by tonight. Dozens of crashes have already taken place on roadways across the city and the Golden Horseshoe.
Is it going to snow tonight?
The weather forecast for Toronto, Hamilton,
it was mentioning like till 5:30.
Overnight with winds gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour. A low -4, but feeling like -13 with the wind chill. For Friday, flurries continuing very windy. A high reaching 0, but with the wind chill feeling like -10. For Peterborough and the Kawartha Lakes, heavy snowfall changing to light flurries overnight. Very windy with a low -5. And for Friday, a mix of sun and cloud. A chance of flurries, a high -2.
Tomorrow on Q. You might know him from movies like Superbad, but Seth Rogen has taken his love of pottery to the next level as executive producer for the great Canadian Pottery Throwdown. Seth will tell you what pottery has meant to him since he started making ashtrays a few years ago. Q with Tom Power. Morning at 10, 10:30 in Newfoundland. And on the sea.
Yeah, but drop me there. I will walk slowly only.
Snow, you don't have the shoes, right?
But it's okay. I can walk slow. Careful, and I will walk. No problem.
Chris Howden, this is As It Happens.
Maybe I will drop you at Brimley Junction, Lawrence and
Okay, no problem.
Figured they were here in
If you are going that way, otherwise drop me your place.
Within a few moments, Trey Filter was tackling an armed man after the deadly shooting at the Super Bowl victory parade in Kansas City. Fear for the forgotten. Jan Eggman says we all need to rethink who gets help and when around the world. And after speaking with people who have fled terrifying experiences in Darfur, he says Sudanese refugees should be at the top of our list. Stout-hearted fellow and Irish bartender sparks outrage by dismissing the traditional two-step process for pouring a perfect pint of Guinness. We hear from a professor who says the science doubles down on steps 1 and 2. Keeping things grounded after U.S. lawmakers sparked fears of a space-based Russian nuclear threat. We ask an American expert what's going on. Delivery under pressure. NATO's Secretary General says he is confident
he's
the
going
United States
like
will
that?
come through with help for
the type of
Ukraine,
people who are
despite the fact the latest aid package
They
did
don't know
not
the speed
come
level.
through Congress. And common ancestors. An American professor reveals that great apes razz one another much like humans. But what superficially seems annoying may really be about building trust. As it happens, the Thursday edition, radio that promises to tease out the details.
Southeast Asian, they know.
It's Arabic people, right? I don't like.
Driving.
Yeah, I don't like.
Another deadly mass shooting. Police in Kansas City released
And they
more
even
details
arrogant,
about
you
the
know.
violence that unfolded
Yeah.
at the Super Bowl parade. Here's Police Chief Stacey Graves.
This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. During the overnight hours, we learned there are 23 victims of yesterday's shooting. One of our victims, Elizabeth Galvin, 43 years old, died. We are still learning about her, but know that she is beloved by many. To her friends and family,
Canada?
we are with you.
Canada?
And we are working tirelessly
This is
to
in Canada?
investigate her murder.
No, either.
The 22 victims' age range between 8 years old and 47 years
After the
old.
Super Bowl.
At least half of our victims are under the age of 16. As mentioned yesterday, we have subjects detained,
So,
2 of which
my car
are
is
juveniles.
like this.
Kansas City Police Chief
Kansas
Stacey
City.
Graves speaking earlier today. Trey Filter was at the parade with his wife Casey and their kids. When the gunfire started, they were right there, and the couple acted. We reached him today back home in Mays, Kansas. Trey, did you hear or see any signs of that dispute that the police are referring to that started all of this?
We don't know any of the details surrounding anything prior to what you saw us doing.
So what triggered things for you?
You know the
Well,
difference,
we were enjoying the
Lasanda?
day and everything was over. so we started to work our way back to the vehicle, and we were in a sea of people, of course. We heard a handful of shots, thought that they were most likely firecrackers because of just the heavy police presence that was there.
You couldn't even imagine that there's someone with these people with guns were
There was
running around.
no one there was afraid. There was so many cops. There was a military presence where they had 50 calibers on the rooftops. I mean, if anything, we were all proud to be there. I was not frightened at all.
So when did it
My
shift
kids saw
from?
that.
But your kids, sorry, how old are they?
If I
How
came
many
fast,
were with you?
I can't stop.
I have two boys,
Guys.
one's
Yeah.
15 and one's 12.
Slippery, yeah.
And so, when did it shift from, oh, that was probably firecrackers, to something as serious
Yeah,
about?
my son said, "What? Do you think that was gunshots?" And I said, "I doubt it with this many cops." And then we see a commotion.
In
This
Middle
was all
East,
happening
you will not
behind us.
hear this kind of news.
So
This is
some
the
people were
difference.
running, some people in the crowds weren't. You know, there were a couple cops darting through the crowd. There was cop cars starting to come and go quickly in a dangerous fashion, you know. So I heard, "Get him." And the moment I heard that, I just looked to my left and I seen somebody coming by running, and I just got on him. There was another gentleman, Paul. I hit him, then Paul hit him. The guy got away twice, and I jumped back on him, and we held him down.
They have
At that point, we
Fought
just kind of
one
high-fiving, "Hey, we got a bad guy," you know. And then they start yelling, "There's a gun, there's a gun, there's a gun." So I began to put my hand under him, like his butt belly area, trying to feel for a gun. I couldn't feel anything, and so we were just working hard to keep him down. And that gun, actually, he was running with it, and it was an assault rifle, and I didn't see this, but it went flying out of his hands, and my wife actually aimed it and pulled it away. So instead of being over there, she was...
Stop here, Lasanda.
Yeah, she had the wherewithal to grab it and get it away as far away as possible, right?
Clear better.
An assault
Oh.
rifle.
Yes, ma'am.
See,
Yeah, she said she thought it was
wife
fake
pulled
at
the
first,
gun.
and then
Oh,
picked it up, and it certainly wasn't. Another gentleman stood there by her side.
Where are your
while we
sons?
waited. They were trying to film it. A typical teenager. The older one. The younger one was a little more beside himself, but it was just something cool Dad did that day. Nobody knew that it was so much tragedy was,
Unfolding.
you know, yeah.
How long did you and the other bystander pin this person down?
It felt like at least a minute, but it was probably only 30 seconds. But yeah, it's just the fear of knowing that people yelling, "There's a gun," and I don't know where it is. You know, I certainly can sympathize with what cops go through.
Yeah. Well, yesterday afternoon I was having a conversation with a mother who had lost her son in a school shooting, and that conversation was happening around the time this was all unfolding. And you know, you reacted when you heard gun. Is this something, as these stories continue to happen in the United States, is this something that you guys talk about as a family or worry about? Had you ever thought about it until yesterday?
I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know. I happen to think that there's probably thousands of other men that would have done the same thing right then and there here in Kansas. And we're very proud of Kansas.